Adrian Sutil making his return to Formula One.
A great story at the moment, which is
a fine job, having been out of the sport for a year. He wouldn't ever be back in Formula One. Has just set the fastest lap of the race.
Certainly come back fresh, impressive performance.
Well, and what a way to come back into Formula One.
Everyone, and welcome to round 4 of Season of Sutil. This round we are in Bahrain, and I'm sorry there's no background noise of the gears going up and stuff. It's because the audio went completely out of sync, and during practice on the hard tyres things were looking really good. Set P1, set the fastest time, and I kept on going faster and faster on these tyres, really good, and the car was feeling great. The setup was working with me well. As here I went P1 here, completely purple in every sector. I think the sector where I was losing the most in terms of lap time was the last sector, and later on in the session though I set on the medium tyres and set a time that was 1.3 seconds faster than anything anybody else could do in that session. Now here you see me improving again, which then puts me 1.3 clear. Sorry about that, it's a bit unclear, but this video was extremely hard to do because the audio was completely out of sync to the point where it wasn't synced out linearly. It was set out where some of the audio was so much out compared to the other, so it was impossible to resync. But during Q1, set on the hard tyres, I set P3, which I thought was good enough initially for Q2, and then it did. And then in Q2 I set on the medium tyres. Of course I can't get through on the hard tyres even at the best of my attempts, and I think I went 5th fastest, sorry. But later on I looked like I was going to drop. I was like 4 tenths away, and Rosberg decides to really block me at the last corner, which affected my run out of the last corner, so I pit in. So that was it for qualifying for Q2, and I got through pretty comfortably, my teammate just being knocked out. And then in Q3 I decided to do one lap on the medium tyres, and it turns out I really shouldn't have done a lap because I qualified 10th fastest out of 10, so that was just an extra lap on my tyres which I didn't need. Actually 3 laps because it's the in lap and the out lap as well. But so not a good session so far for qualifying. 10th fastest is not really where I hoped to be, especially after the practice hopes where I went P1 by a long way. But on to the race then. Of course I had to start on the medium tyres, qualified in the top 10, but after my win in China I was feeling pretty comfortable that I could get some really good points today. But we see the light here in Bahrain, switching it up to rich fuel mix, and we are away, and everything is still going okay. Paul di Resta gets an amazing start, pulls alongside me, but then I do quite a newbie manoeuvre and dive right down the inside, and then carnage erupts when I do that, as I have a Red Bull on my right and then 2 Ferraris to my left, and I get caught in between them, and it sends me flying off the track, and then both Ferraris get flown off the track as well. And you'll see here when I use the replay that you can see here that both the Ferraris decide to go with me as I did the air. I'll admit it wasn't anything else. And you can see here that the Ferraris just they just launch into the gravel along with myself, of course. But as the whole grid races past me, pretty much. I don't think the back markers managed to get past me for a bit, but we're in 20th. Oh no, wait, yeah, both Ferraris are behind me, yeah, so the Ferraris are now 21st and 22nd as we approach all the back markers, but during this sector they go quite slowly, so I decided initially to go up the inside of Pick, just fitting through that gap, if anything, a bit of a legal overtake, but then I go down, loads of people's inside, stick it right down the inside, and I have Chilton in front of me, who I think I can take into this next corner if I outbrake him sufficiently, which as I go up the hill, he goes really slowly through that corner, and I managed to get the drive out, and that is it for Chilton. But then have about a lap or two of me just trying to catch up this gap to Gutierrez, which was 1.6 seconds, and I do in lap 2 at the kind of same place. Actually, it took me a lap, but I dived down the inside of Gutierrez, and that's Gutierrez gone out of my view. And then at the end of lap 3, I have Verne and Ricciardo in front of me, so I dive down both of them, and that's P11. I'm working my way back up the grid on these medium tyres, although they are starting to be a bit worn now. It's really weird commentating with nothing in the background. I'm sorry if this video is a bit weird, because it's really difficult to comment on something which I can't hit any audio to. But in lap 3 as well, of course, I got Maldonado in front of me in 10th place, who is in the last points position. And I need to overtake him as soon as possible if I want to aim at those higher points positions. So I stick it right down the inside of Maldonado. I see the chance. It's kind of a lunge, but it was completely clean. And then Di Resta at the end of lap 3 going to lap 4, the DRS side has passed him pretty easily. And I'm up to P9. And I went for a few laps trying to catch up the people in front of me, but I didn't quite manage it. But as we go into the pits, I actually gained time through this pit stop, as Hulkenberg and Grosjean, which I think were the people in front of me, had to wait for people, because they were driving past the pit box while I didn't. So I actually gained some time there. But we exit the pits on the hard tyres, and I think my hard tyre pace was better than my medium tyre pace. In general, I just felt more comfortable on them. But you can see the cars just in front of us there. They're not really that far ahead. I think I can catch that pack. And I do catch that pack on lap 10. They're side by side during this bit, which makes it really slow. So I have to kind of go off track and overtake the pair of them, which puts me into P7. That was a really good overtake there, down the inside of both of them. And P7 will be a really good points position. But we move on to the last lap, and we are coming into the last sector here. And everything is looking just fine. As we go around the right-hander, end of the second sector, I'm actually like half a second up. But just as I go around this right-hander, I catch the curb, and that's me in the wall. And yeah, so that is the session. Well, not the session, but the race. The race is kind of over, but I have a large enough gap to Di Resta to actually just hobble back and claim those 2 points instead of having a 7th place, which is my fault. But this doesn't help my championship aspirations whatsoever. But I think Force India stay 4th in the Constructors, and I think I actually stay 4th in the Championship, although there's a bigger gap in front of me now. But this has been it from me. This has been Alex Stop. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry about the audio. There's nothing I could really do, but sound will be back for next round in Spain. This has been Alex, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.